Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the National Weather Service Peachtree City Office's weekly weather briefing. I'm Sid King, and I'll be giving you a rundown on what we can expect over the next week. So we'll begin by looking at a few highlights. We're going to be having dry and warming conditions today through Saturday, with highs tomorrow climbing up into the 80s across much of the area, and then in central Georgia on Saturday. Fire weather concerns are not going to be expected in spite of the dry conditions due to moist southerly flow. A cold front is going to enter North Georgia late Saturday night and move south through the area on Sunday, but limited moisture ahead of this system will keep rainfall totals to 1/4 of an inch or less. Widespread severe weather is not expected, but a few storms could be strong to marginally severe. After a dry and seasonable day Monday, yet another frontal system will impact the area Tuesday and Wednesday. Thunderstorms are expected in the warm sector ahead of this front, and 1.5 to 2.5 inches are mainly expected north of I-20. There is a lot of uncertainty within the model guidance at this time regarding timing and impact, so be sure to monitor as we get closer to it. And finally, several of our river points remain in flood stage across northwest Georgia and will continue to recede over the next few days. As we look at our current conditions, we have high pressure here over the Atlantic coast. Some wedging is keeping cloud cover across far northeast Georgia. That's going to erode this afternoon as southerly flow sets up. We're going to have dry and warm conditions throughout the day today, but we do have a low pressure system developing over the Great Plains, and that's going to slowly slide to the east, going to bring the next weather system this weekend. No precipitation is currently being observed on our radar at this time. And here's a look at our 7-day outlook. Fairly seasonable today, clear, highs just a bit above average. That's going to be a bit warmer Friday and Saturday. Then we can see the chances for thunderstorms both Sunday and then Tuesday and Wednesday. So clear skies underneath an upper level ridge and southerly flow behind high pressure to the east is going to lead to warm conditions Friday and Saturday. Highs in the 80s across the area tomorrow are going to be 15 to 20 degrees above average across our entire forecast area. Some increasing clouds is going to lead to temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s across the north on Saturday, but across the central parts of Georgia, it's still going to be warm. Even some parts in east central Georgia could get up into the 90s on Saturday. In spite of the high rain-free conditions, fire weather concerns are not expected. Minimum relative humidity values are generally expected to be between 35 and 50%, and southwesterly winds Friday and Saturday are going to be less than 15 miles per hour. A low pressure system over the Great Plains on Saturday is going to slide northeast towards the Great Lakes by Sunday morning. That's going to drop a cold front down into North Georgia late Saturday night and move that southward through the area during the day Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms are expected ahead of this front with the highest rain chances in northwest Georgia. And this is the look on this map here is the front as it enters the area. This is for Sunday morning. Not a whole lot of precipitation with it, as you can see. And so this is our Weather Prediction Center precipitation associated with this system. Generally looking at about 1/4 of an inch or less associated with this. There's a 40 to 60% chance of rain late Saturday into Sunday, followed by only a 30 to 40% chance of rain across the state on Sunday. So while thunderstorms are possible, widespread severe thunderstorms are not anticipated at this time. However, a few strong to marginally severe thunderstorms cannot be ruled out as the front enters the area late Saturday night and early Sunday morning. After a relatively dry and seasonable day Monday, another low pressure system develops over Texas and Oklahoma, as we can see over Oklahoma here. and that's going to move eastward towards the forecast area. Thunderstorms are expected in the warm sector ahead of the approaching front on Tuesday, especially late Tuesday. And then this is a look at on Wednesday. We have the low pressure here across Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia border, and this cold front, along with the warm front ahead of it, and a small occlusion here by the low, are going to be entering the area late Tuesday into Wednesday. This is going to be a significantly wetter system than Saturday and Sundays. We're currently expecting about 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain, generally north of I-20, and about 3/4 to 1.5 inch of rain expected south of I-20. Locally, higher amounts may be possible, which could lead to some isolated flooding concerns. We do have a lot of discrepancies within the model guidance at this time regarding the timing and the impacts associated with this system. We are a few days out, so please continue to monitor the subsequent forecast for the latest information. Here's a look at our hydrologic summary. We have a few points across northwest Georgia that remain in minor flood stage. With the lack of rain coming in the next few days, most of those are going to begin to recede through the weekend. For our 6 to 10 day outlook, we're going to be looking at about a slightly wetter than average period, about 33 to 40% chance of probability of above average precip, and about a 33 to 40% cooler than average probability as well. 8 to 14 days, however, is looking slightly drier than average, with 33 to 40% drier than average at that time, and temperatures once again expected to be cool, generally about 40 to 50% chance of it being below average. So 8 to 14 day outlook next week looks a bit drier, a bit cooler than normal. So to recap, we have dry and warming conditions today through Saturday, with highs in the 80s across much of the area Friday in central Georgia, and in central Georgia Saturday. No fire weather concerns are expected in spite of the lack of rain. We're going to have a pattern change as a cold front enters North Georgia late Saturday night and moves south through the area on Sunday. Limited moisture is going to keep rainfall totals to 1/4 inch or less. And although we're not anticipating widespread severe weather, a few of these storms associated with this system could be strong to marginally severe. Another frontal system will impact the area Tuesday into Wednesday, which looks quite a bit wetter. So we're anticipating about 1.5 to 2.5 inches, mainly north of I-20, and about 3/4 to 1.5 inches south of I-20. Some thunderstorms are also expected ahead of the cold front, but uncertainty remains regarding the timing and the impacts, so be sure to monitor as we get closer to it. And finally, we have several river points in flood stage in northwest Georgia, and we will continue to monitor them as they recede over the next few days. And that concludes this week's briefing. Here's our contact information if you ever need to get in touch with us. On behalf of all of us here at the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, we'd like to thank you for all that you continue to do and for your attention. We hope you have a great week.